Hi everybody, it's Lisa from SuttonsDaze, and today is day 22, September 22nd, September being National Preparedness Month, where we are trying to bring you a video every single day this month in an attempt to inspire you to become better prepared in your day-to-day life for life's little emergencies. Today we're going to talk a little bit about kitchen prep, okay? To have different people have done different things, to either just gather the tools together or create an actual kitchen box with emergency use kitchen equipment, okay, for the preparation of food. Easiest way to explain them. I have my little list here because there's quite a few different things in it. We're going to go with the support system first. So aluminum foil, you want a good grade aluminum foil. You know, don't cheap out on this. Get some decent stuff because you're going to use it for a lot of different things. So a decent roll of aluminum foil, one roll of paper towels, trash bags, probably not just your average kitchen ones. It would be better to have like a construction type black trash bags. So get, I don't know, put, half a dozen in there. Resealable quart and gallon bags, those ones with the zippers, that you can open and close many times. Those will come in handy also. You don't need a whole box of them, but they're not going to take up that much more room, so I put a whole box in there. Then we are going to move over to tools. Okay, so there's different ways that you can cook your food. One, people have mentioned in the comment section throughout a few of the videos, solar ovens. These are great tools. I've watched all kinds of things about them. I'd love to have one, but in all honesty, here in northern Michigan, we just don't get that much sunlight. So as rare as it is, especially in the colder months, it's low on my list. So depending on where you live and what kind of weather conditions that you deal with, how much sun you get, literally, okay, the state of Michigan is hand, right? Anything above this line here, they say to increase your vitamin D because you're not getting enough. That's how little sun we get. So a solar oven, though, good thing. A camp stove is a great thing. I think I've mentioned those a couple times in the videos. You use little propane bottles for them. Coleman has them, different ones. Camp dishes. I have a set of cups and plates. They're like enamelware, right? And they're great for camp, easy to clean up, no issue. You're not going to break them. You might dent them if you throw them hard enough. A stainless percolator. Always have to pause with the word percolator. Coffee is very important. Coffee is very important. Okay, so a way to make coffee is very important, and a stainless percolator is well worth the investment. They're not much more than an aluminum one, and aluminum, there are debates on how healthy it is, so coffee is important. Go for the best. Go for stainless. Those are really good. A nice percolator with a glass top. And then a manual coffee grinder. I think I have two vintage ones and one newer one that I picked up that's a little handheld thing. Pretty nifty little gadget for like nothing. I'll put a link in the description box below. Love this thing. It's great. You're also going to want a decent sized cooler. Now, legitimately, for some of this stuff, if you get a decent sized cooler, you could store most of this in that cooler, just to have in case of emergency. So think about that. You're looking at a decent sized cooler. Okay, next would be a Dutch oven. Priceless. Dutch ovens are priceless. I'll put a link in the description box below. Very affordable when you think about it. So I would definitely recommend, if you don't already have one, to get one and then learn how to cook with it because they're awesome tools. They're so great. You're going to need one saucepan, one stock pot, and one baking dish. And the baking dish, don't go for Pyrex, okay, even though I love Pyrex. You want to go for one that is, a metal or, some kind of thing like that, because you don't want to risk breaking it. The next things that you want to add to this is kind of a, when you think about it, it's kind of a fair size list. Don't worry about butter knives. Use a steak knife if you need it. So throw in, 4 steak knives, 4 forks, 4 spoons, but don't go, get the plastic stuff. You want the good, stuff that you eat with, okay, on your day-to-day. Hit the thrift store. Great place to stock up on that stuff. Oh my gosh. You want a couple of good metal serving spoons. especially when you're looking at something like a stock pot. You want to be able to get in there and pull stuff out. You might even consider adding a metal ladle to the kit, because that helps also. Okay, a chef knife, not a big one. What is it, 8-9 inch, something like that. Decent chef knife. Make sure it's sharpened. A small cutting board. Depending on where you live and the weather conditions you're dealing with, I would opt for a wooden one, but it takes up less room to have a few of those plastic ones, you know, the flat ones like you see me use all the time. Those take up a lot less room, so they're a good thing to have in there too. Couple 2-4 good dish towels, absorbent. You want to make sure they really soak up stuff. I mean, there are some dish towels on the market today that are quite literally just for looks, you know, so you want it to be a good absorbent dish towel. You want a scrubby. Personally, go for, you know, whatever works for you, but I know if you're cleaning cast iron, you really don't want to use a harsh scrubby one. You want there's the chainmail scrubby that I use for my cast iron. Love it. Highly recommend it. I'll put a link down below. But just a regular scrubby, also, you know, a kitchen scrubby. So those pack of those plastic ones for $1 from the Dollar Tree, you know. A bottle or a can opener. You'd be amazed how few households still have those. Okay, so I have it because we open jars with it. I have it, you know, they're just handy to keep around. So a bottle / can opener is good, but you want you also want a can opener, you know, the twisty one where you go around the can. That's very helpful too. So you want the one that's kind of like a pop top, or, you know, has a little, you know what I mean. Okay, but you also want the one that actually opens it. Okay. Next, you want a little bottle of dish soap, just a small one. Take that, you know, you've seen them. They're not very big. They're 8 ounces, give or take. And make sure it's sealed really good. Put it in a couple layers of resealable Ziploc bags, just in case, and leave it in there. Very handy. Don't do fragrance. Don't do fragrance. That's not good. And then get some tongs, because you're going to need tongs to pick stuff up too. Maybe a couple oven mitts. Always handy to have when you're dealing with those hot pots and things like that. That's your basic kitchen tools for emergency preparedness. And if you create a kit just with those things in it, okay, you know, if you can, have them with your day-to-day, because you got to know how to use them, you know, some of these things like the Dutch oven, that kind of stuff. Have that stuff with your day-to-day, but you also want a second set in case of emergency. If stuff, you know, if electric goes down, if the power's out, if, you know, some kind of hurricane comes through and you just want to grab stuff and stick it in your car, whatever the case may be, you want that kit to take with you. So this is your basic kitchen equipment kit, okay? I hope that this inspires you. I would love to hear what you might add to it, how you might store it. I like the cooler. I think the cooler is usable, you know, until you have to fill it with ice. Then you got to find some place to put all the stuff. So there's a toss-up, but for basic storage right now, the cooler is what we got. So let me know what you would add to this kit. If I missed anything that you think is important that I didn't mention, and I would bet that you have quite a few decent ideas out there. I'm eager to hear about them in the comment section below. Okay, so remember, if you like what we do here, please hit that like, subscribe, and share. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, be safe.